You think I can't recognize sincerity? I've built my entire life on spotting lies. The single father's voice was sharp, trembling with anger and disbelief. He had just uncovered the shocking truth. The babysitter he hired for his twin daughters wasn't who she seemed. Behind her gentle smile and humble clothes was the hidden identity of the CEO's daughter. Living in disguise inside his home, the house was small but warm. A clutter of toys lay across the living room, crayons scattered across the kitchen counter. Bills sat unopened in a pile, their presence heavy even in silence. The single dad rubbed his eyes, exhaustion carving deep lines into his face. Raising twin daughters alone was not a choice, it was survival. Every day he balanced two worlds: the unforgiving corporate job that drained him, and the tender responsibility of fatherhood that kept him alive. Yet as much as he loved his girls, he knew he was slipping. He couldn't be everywhere. He couldn't do it all alone. The evening he posted the ad for a babysitter, he didn't expect anyone to show up so soon. But the knock came a gentle tap at the door. When he opened it, a young woman stood there, carrying nothing but a small bag and a quiet smile. Her presence felt almost out of place. Her hair was neatly tied, her clothes simple yet too refined, her posture polished. "I heard you're looking for someone to help with the twins," she said softly. Her voice carried a calm assurance that disarmed his skepticism. The girls, peeking from behind their father's legs, squealed with delight. Children see truths adults often miss. Within days, the house shifted. Laughter filled the corners where silence used to sit. The babysitter knelt on the floor with the twins, building castles out of blocks, painting imaginary worlds, reading stories in voices so animated the girls begged for just one more. For the father, it was a relief he had never known. He would walk into the room and watch her patience never cracked, her smile never faltered. She didn't just take care of his daughters, she cherished them, and that terrified him. Because nothing in life had ever come this easily. At night, when the girls were asleep, the father found himself studying her more closely. Something about her didn't fit. She spoke with grace, her words chosen carefully, her manners refined in ways no ordinary babysitter carried. Her hands were soft, untouched by years of hard labor. Her shoes, though plain, bore a discreet brand mark he recognized, one far beyond what she could afford on a babysitter's pay. Even her posture, upright and confident, hinted at a life shaped by privilege. He told himself he was imagining things, but deep down, he knew she was hiding something. One evening, as the babysitter read a bedtime story, her voice faltered. The twins didn't notice, but the father did. Her eyes lingered on the words about bravery, about standing alone against the world. And then, softly, almost too quiet to hear, she whispered a name. It was a name he had only read in headlines. Attached to a man of immense wealth and influence, the CEO of one of the largest corporations in the city. The name sent a chill through him, the truth unraveled by accident. She dropped her phone one morning while helping the girls with breakfast. When he picked it up, his eyes froze on the lock screen. A photograph glowed her arm wrapped around that very CEO, not as a distant admirer. As family, when she returned to the room, she saw the phone in his hands. Her face drained of color. The secret she had carried so carefully was gone. She swallowed hard, then whispered, "I didn't want you to find out like this." And the mask she wore crumbled. The confession spilled out like water breaking through a dam. She was the CEO's daughter. She had grown up in a mansion of chandeliers and marble halls, every wish granted, every need met. But the luxury suffocated her. Everyone around her wanted something: access, favors, influence. She wanted to know what it was like to be seen as herself. So she ran from that world, disguising her identity, searching for a life of sincerity. She had chosen his ad not randomly, but deliberately. "You were real," she whispered. "Your daughters were real." This house was the first place I felt alive. Her words struck him, but anger fought harder. His fists clenched at his sides, his voice sharp. "So we were just an experiment? My daughters, my home, my trust, just tools for you to play pretend." Her eyes did not waver. "No," she said firmly. "This isn't pretend. This is the first time in my life I've known real love, not for who my father is, but for who I am." The silence that followed was heavy, fragile, threatening to break everything, Dot. It was the twins who shattered it. They ran forward, wrapping their arms around her legs. "We don't care who you are," they said, their voices pure and unshaken. "You're our friend." Dr. Father's anger cracked. He saw not manipulation in her eyes, but sincerity. Not arrogance, but humility. She had chosen this life, stripped of privilege, to seek something money couldn't buy. And in his daughter's embrace, he saw the truth he had been blind to. She belonged here, not because of who her father was, but because of who she had chosen to be. The father stood at the doorway that night, watching her tuck his daughters into bed. Her voice carried through the room, steady, gentle, filled with love. He realized then that her disguise had not been a deception, but a revelation. She was not just the CEO's daughter. She was a woman brave enough to leave behind comfort for honesty, power for humility, and in his heart, he knew something unexpected. Sometimes the greatest disguises are not lies, they are the paths we take to discover our truest selves.